Well, good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Kahuna Help. I am here to help you out with world building, writing, websites, video editing, sound, voice acting. I'm just here to help. It's basically what it boils down to. I'm just here to help. You can catch this every week on Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. That's 6:30 p.m. I'm sorry, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and 10:30 p.m. in London. You'll have to do the math for the rest of the world. But the whole idea here is you jump in the chat, you tell me what it is you're trying to work on, and if I don't have an answer, we'll figure one out together. I won't make one up. I'll give you the best answer we can get. I have a lot of resources at my fingertips. So do you, but sometimes you don't know it. And that's part of what I'm here to do, is help you figure out how to do some of these things. So what have I been doing today? Well, today has been an interesting thing. I added something new, a few new things to my streams. One is you'll notice that little message thing up there on the top left. That is a rotating message using a little piece of software called Snaz. And there's a couple of tricks you can do so that you can actually have multiple instances of the software of Snaz running, so you can do multiple things at the same time. And this one in particular is just called a it's basically a rotating message. It updates a text file however often I tell it to, and right now it's set to 15 seconds. And you just put all the different things you want to say in there, start it, it updates the text file, and then here in my Streamlabs I can tell it to pick up the text of that file and display it. So that's what happens. And I can see that on at least one of those boxes it's just one. Great. So, been working on that, worked on some timers. One of the things you'll see in chat is that it'll come up every so often. We have 2 new challenges. Last week during Help, we hit the 200,000 mark, which meant that all my streams went to 2 hours. So this is the last of the first 2-hour streams. We did a 2-hour Kahuna Happy Hour on Friday. We did a 2-hour Kahuna Reads on Sunday. And this is the first 2-hour Kahuna Help. So we hit that last week, so we had to come up with a couple of new challenges. First one is, if we hit 35,000 crowns, and give me a second here and I'll tell you exactly where we are. I believe we are at about 20%. Let me check. Dogs are downstairs talking to a squirrel outside the window. Let's see. The community challenges, we are currently at, on the writing sprints, 49%. So we're at about 17,000 points, 18,000 of the 35,000 we need. So should be fairly easy to hit. Once I hit that, once we have gotten that many crowns donated, then we will, I will go to adding writing sprints during Kahuna Quiet, which means anytime you come to Kahuna Quiet, there will be a rolling set of sprints. 15 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and they will roll all day long. So you can write, you can do whatever you like. I have not made a decision yet as to whether we will be adding prompts, but I could. I figure out how to do all that stuff. So we might even add prompts to it and say, here's a writing prompt, write for 15 minutes. Miss Otis, welcome. Hello. You actually get to hear me as opposed to being just on Kahuna Quiet. So yeah, so I've been working on the timers for that, and a unique little thing on the timers where I will be, we'll have random sounds to start and stop timers. And part of that is I am going to start doing voices to start and stop. So we'll have voices telling you to start, voices to, and all of this will be during Kahuna Quiet, so I won't actually say a word. The sprints will just run on their own, and in the background we'll be doing whatever needs to get done. So I've been working on that for the last 2 days, and we have to hit 35,000 crowns. It's about 17,000 now. So Toss those crowns into the grip. The music is a little too loud. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. 1 second here. It's amazing how the sound changes depending on. There we go. That's probably a little bit better there. It's amazing how the sound changes stream to stream. I don't change any of the settings, and yet they get louder, softer. So great, thank you. So that's the one challenge. The second challenge is the Mrs. Kahuna's Pie challenge. That's a big one. That one is 400,000 crowns. Now, anything contributed to the sprint challenge goes towards the other challenge as well. So if we hit 400,000 crowns by December 25th, Mrs. Kahuna will take an empty pie crust. She will fill it with whipped cream live on stream and then proceed to hit me in the face with it live on stream. It'll happen during a Kahuna happy hour. I will tell you that for sure. But we got to hit that number. That's 400,000 crowns. So that's a lot of watching. But frankly, it is and it isn't. It's with every person being able to donate as much as 2,000 crowns per stream. We basically need just 200 donations of 2,000 crowns. It's not as much. And there goes Siobhan giving 3,500. So now we're at 50%. Well done. Actually, we're at 51 according to my counter here. So excellent. Thank you, Siobhan, and welcome. So that's the big one is Mrs. Kahuna's Pie. But yeah, we're at 18,000 for the writing sprints. Like I said, I'll add those sprints into Kahuna Quiet every day, every weekday, from the time I start streaming to the time I finish streaming that day. Non-stop sprints. And you guys can decide if you want prompts up. I can come up with a Brazilian bunch of prompts. I don't know why it has to be from Brazil, but I can come up with a Brazilian. Okay, so again, this is Kahuna Help. So if you guys have got questions about world building, about writing, about I've been working on video, I've been working on some voicing and stuff like that, ask away. I do ask that you start your question with brackets and the word question in all caps at the beginning of your question in the chat because, well, I'm old and half blind, I think, sometimes. So, I need something to catch my attention. Dogs are in here. The doggos have decided to invade. Oh no. One doggo is in frap mode. I don't know. One moment, please. Hey. Dog behavior adjustment. If you don't know what frap is, it's an actual thing. Both cats and dogs get it. It is frenetic random activity period, or the zooms. Zoe, the big one, has got the zooms. With the pie challenge, will you be wearing your glasses? Good question. I'm going to say no, and the reason I'm going to say no is because I have to be able to see what's on the screen after that. And if I have my glasses on, it will make it difficult. It also will not make for a good pie. So I am going to take the glasses off, get hit with the pie, and then just wipe my eyes sufficiently that I can put the glasses back on and see what's going on. Because Mrs. Kahuna doesn't know how to run a stream. She's gotten very good at Google Meet, however. She's learning all the different tricks she can do on Google Meet with her students. So, hooray for her. She thought it was going to be really bad at the beginning of the semester. Not so much anymore. So yes, I will remove the glasses, but I will put them back on after I've been hit in the face with the pie. So we are now at 51% for the sprints, 4% for the pie. So we're doing good, considering we only started that challenge Friday. We're doing pretty well. We're gaining about 1% per day on average. So we've got that. Again, ask any questions you want. That's what I'm here for. I am watching this. I am watching chats from Facebook. I want to make sure I am seeing it from Facebook. Whoops. Come on. Maybe not. I'm hoping I'm seeing it. I should be. So I should be seeing chat coming in from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all simultaneously. That's something I prefer because I want to be able to see everyone simultaneously. I do stream to all three, and it's recorded on all three, so you can actually see the video on demand of these streams, all my streams, on, well, all except for Kahuna Quiet. Kahuna Quiet is not kept on YouTube or Facebook. It's just not necessary. There's nothing, I mean, we might get these little bits of interest sometime during the day, but most of the time it's just chatting while we do some other stuff or somebody asking me a quick question. So, you know, it's for you guys. Whoop! And there's another 2,000. We are now at 20,000. The bamboo rattan border. Thank you. That was a, okay, so if you're streaming, and I know Siobhan, recently you started getting more into streaming. If you are streaming, especially if you're using something like Streamlabs, they have overlays. Now, basically an overlay, all it is, if it's a static overlay, all it is a graphic in PNG format. And what you are seeing is the graphic itself, and then what you see through it, in other words, what's the area that's blank in the middle there, this blank area where you see me, that is all the transparent area of the PNG. So you can use any image to create the frame. So you can put any image up. It doesn't require a green screen or anything like that. That sits, when you put it in, it's like a layer that sits on top of the camera layer and just acts as a frame. So the text you see up, up here at the top, the frame around here, all those are overlays, and they go over the top of my image. If you want to do some of the crazier stuff, like the flames behind me and the lightning is actually just a layer. But you have to be able, at that point, you have to have a green screen or some type of screen. Now, interestingly, Streamlabs does not specifically require a green screen. You can use almost any color, but it needs to be a flat, consistent color. Otherwise, you will see some stuff like, for example, for some reason, the last couple days, there's a gap right in here. And it is where the curtain here is getting lit slightly differently than the curtain to either side of it. And so the green screen's not being as transparent as usual. I also actually have two different green screen effects going on here. One is me. I'm sitting in front of a green screen, so it's everything behind me that's, everything that's not me, that's not that color of green, disappears. So you see to the next layer. Well, the next layer are these flames. The flames are a video loop, And there are lots of places you can find video loops online. What's the one I've been going to a lot lately? It is... I have it here somewhere. It is VidEezy, VIDEEEZY.com. And there you can search for royalty-free footage. Most of them just require that you have, you give them some attribution or something. Some of them don't even require that. But you can find looped footage. You have to search for loop. And even then, view the entire loop yourself before you download it. And here's why. This particular flame loop behind me is actually a generated loop. It is not actual flames. It's a generated loop so that it is seamless. When it restarts, you can't tell. That gets a little tricky with some loops. For example, I was looking for a loop the other day that was a beach scene, water coming in, that kind of stuff. Finding loops that mesh that properly is very difficult. And the reason is, if you think about it, the reason is simple. No two waves are alike, nothing looks exactly the same. So what happens is when you get to the end of the loop, there's a definite perceivable jump back to the beginning. So you have to kind of work with those. But a lot of the ones that were created through animation are great because they're designed to go right back to the same point and not necessarily, you know, go up to one point and then reverse. No, it has a whole bunch of stuff, but they made sure that the end point is the same as the beginning point, so that when it loops, you can't tell. You know, if you're watching the flames behind me, if you watch for long enough, you'll see that there are certain flames that repeat. I want to say this is about a 15-second loop, so every so often it will, but they're not obvious, so obvious that it draws your attention to it. It's just you have to actually watch it to realize it's there. So what did I do? I took that video, and that video loop has a black background to it. Here in Streamlabs, what I did was I applied a color key. Chroma key is what you're using for a green screen. Color key is very similar, but what you're doing with a color key is telling it what color to make disappear. And in this case, I told it to make black disappear. And there you go. The black that it was created over is now gone. And with a little bit of tweaking, now it looks like the flames are just in front of me. And then all the way at the back is an image that's actually a lightning storm in Las Vegas. I lived there for about 6 years. Went out one night and all I did was shoot pictures of lightning, which is tricky. You'll go through a lot of batteries. So that's how that works. So yeah, streaming stuff is, there's a learning curve, but it does get easier. Once you've done a couple things, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah. When you see, for example, these guys with the borders around their screen that glow and stuff like that and change, all they have done is they've picked up a video loop that has a transparent section cut out of it. That's the part the camera comes through. And it's a video. So they're playing a video over the video of you. And that video has a hole in the middle of it. It's masked out. There are a number of ways you can do that yourself, but you can also go online and find hundreds of them. Find one you like, tweak it, make it your own. That's probably the best way to learn a lot of this stuff is try it. I'm not going to say you're not going to break anything, but you shouldn't be able to really severely break anything. You should be in good shape. I'm going to hydrate here for a second. What other questions you guys got? This is a 2-hour stream today, so we've got plenty of time to talk about stuff. So if we need to get in depth about stuff, no worries. And, I'm here to help. I'm going to see if I can find a nice grove type overlay. So grove as in like orchard grove, or what kind of grove are you talking about? And maybe I can help you find something here. I have no problem helping out. So yeah, let me know what kind of grove overlay you're looking for, what kind of grove you're talking about. Let me see what I can do to help you out there. Oak grove. Oh, all right. So do you want it to be static or do you want it to be moving? That's your next question. Overlays can move or they can be static. Oh, like a druid grove. Okay, so let's make it static. So let me show you a couple ways you might be able to do that. So let's go on to one of my favorite websites for finding stuff like that, and that's Unsplash. So Unsplash, this is all freely usable images. All the creators ask for is that you give them credit in some way. Okay, well, let's start with a static one, and then we can see if we can find one that's graphic, because if not, you can make one. That's going to take a little more time, but we can get you one that you to start with. So I go to Unsplash, and I'm actually going to just search for Oak Grove. It's a good start. And let me switch over so you can see it. That would be helpful. Oak Grove. All right, so here we have a bunch of different images. Come on, load. So let's see, something like, Now we're looking for something that's going to be an overlay, so we want something up front. So let's start with that. So we're looking for something that looks like a grove of oak. Also, I will tell you that the reason things are running a little slow is I was editing video today, basically taking some of the stories that I read on Sunday and starting to separate them out into their own videos with titles and added a little bit of music and stuff like that. The problem is that rendering those takes forever. So I've rendered one. That one was actually pretty quick. That one only took 1 hour and 44 minutes, but it was only a 3.5 minute video. Right now I'm rendering a 13-minute video. It's been going for 2.5 hours, and it's about 82% there. So it takes a while. So if you ever start to do video, keep in mind you want a fast machine. And you want one that can, handle some serious number crunching. Okay, you know what? Here's one that's interesting. Let's take a look at this, because I think we can do something kind of fun with this. So we're going to let it load up. Come on. Here it comes. Oh no, I didn't forget. I didn't forget to reboot. It's still rendering. Yeah, it's going nice and slow. Okay, so this image is a start. And I'm going to show you how to do it because you can find your own image. But I'm going to show you some tricks you can do with your, and I'm going to minimize my render here. Now, cross your fingers, because I'm going to start up my image editing software. Yeah, that's what I thought. It started dropping some frames there. So I'm going to start the image editing software and really hope, well, shoot. I don't want to lose you guys in the stream. So, okay, I'll walk you through kind of how to do this. If you're not familiar with image editing software, let me know. Because we can try to get through that there. But basically, I would take an image like this one. And the first thing I would do is I would make 2 copies. I would take this one, drop it into my image editing, and then I would make a duplicate layer, a second layer of this. Okay. Now, why do I want the second layer? Well, what I'm going to do with the first layer is these trees that are in the foreground, I would make them look as if they were in front. Okay. So I could take that and just simply take that first layer and draw. I'm trying to point to my screen and you can't see anything. That's pretty funny. I would take and draw around here. You can kind of see where my mouse is going. There's almost like a natural arc there. And I would clip that whole section out. Delete it. That layer can now be the front of your overlay. Oh, heck, let's try it. Talking through this doesn't make much sense. So let me see if I can start it up. It's going to take a little bit for this software to start because, again, I'm taxing my computer to the max. But basically what you want is you can create that front layer and then use that second back layer. Make that a separate image. Output it as a separate image. And you're going to put that as your background. So now you have a layer that's the front that shows trees and branches in front of you. And then you have the other layer behind you. And you can color these and edit them however you like. But the trick here is just going to be that you're going to go in and make some of this transparent so that you can fit through it. So, we'll wait here and see if we can get things to start up. I'll go ahead and download this actually while we're at it, because let's add one more thing to download. What software do you use for editing? I use Affinity. I used to use GIMP. I'm still a huge fan of GIMP. But what I found, Affinity I got on sale, and I want to say it was some ridiculous price for the entire suite. I think it was like $49 for their photo editing, drawing, and presentation, I think it is the other one. Anyway, it's a whole suite. It's 3 packages together. And, publishing. Publishing, that's what it is, not presentation, publishing. So I got a great deal on it, so I bought it. And the one thing I do like about Affinity over GIMP is Affinity lets you create asset palettes. So things that you use all the time. For example, I have a map making palette. And I have brushes. Okay, awesome. You have GIMP. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to do is going to be very familiar in GIMP. I'm not going to do anything that you can't do in GIMP. Let's see. Let me save this image real quick, and that's going to go here. And I'm going to rename it Oak Grove. And that's downloading, and it's downloaded, so we're good there. So we're just waiting for my image editing software to load, which again could be a while. So where Affinity had the difference to me than GIMP was that these asset palettes. So for example, I have these small PNG files that are like 256 pixels square that are mountain ridges. And there's about 8 of them in different rotations and different configurations. And I can put them in the palette, and then all I have to do is, if I want to use them in an image, like a map, is drag them. Bang. Just drag them over and drop them. I can then resize them. I can edit them. I can warp them and change their shape. So I can modify them to fit what I need, but I have those palettes there. I have also used those for pieces of wall. If I want pieces of wall that look like stone, I created about 4 or 5 different configurations of 2 small stones and a large stone, or 3 small stones, just a bunch of different wall top configurations from top down. Once I had those, those were all brought on there, and you can do that from the clipboard. So you can take an area, draw it, select the area, and then go into the asset palette and say, create from clipboard. Bang. You don't even have to save it as a PNG file. You don't have to save it at all. You simply do that. Now it is available to you in the future. So I can now build walls just by dragging and rearranging. Very simple, very easy to do. And it makes things so much faster because I don't have to go looking for files that I use all the time. Let's see. Are you coming here, Affinity? Yeah, it's loading. Once Affinity loads up, we'll get to that. So GIMP I used probably for more than 10 years. More than 10 years. So totally, I love GIMP. The other thing with GIMP that I'm not as fond of, there's a raid coming. Another thing I'm not fond of with GIMP, now that I've used Affinity, is the ease of bringing Photoshop brushes in. You really have to jump through some hoops to bring in Photoshop brushes. You can do it, but it's some work. It's a lot easier with Affinity. And having the right brushes for what you want to do. Until I really started messing with brushes, I didn't realize how important it is. The right brush can make things super, super easy. Not having the right brush is going to make you work very hard. So, yeah, it's an advantage. But GIMP has lots of brushes, and if you didn't know it, you can create a brush on the fly in GIMP. What you can do is create what you want the brush to be. Keep in mind, most of the time brushes are going to be a PNG file. And then what you do is, again, you can select that in GIMP and create a brush from it. You can create new, actually, it'll create a brush from anything in the clipboard. So all you got to do is copy it in the clipboard, and you'll see it show up in your brushes. And you can then click on it and use that as a brush. So apparently it's a very slow raid today. But yeah, GIMP is an awesome piece of software. It really is, for something that's free. I mean, you can't beat the price. But the layer stuff that they'll see me use is all stuff that you've got in GIMP. Yeah, it's still loading. Taking its time. Well, it must be almost done loading because my CPU usage has gone down a bit. And I'm still rendering. Another thing actually that GIMP does to me better than Affinity is seamless tiling. GIMP has a filter, a plugin that you can use to create seamless tiles in seconds. It will automatically create a seamless tile for you, which to me is very important when I'm creating a floor or a dirt texture or something, to be able to say, okay, take this area, make it seamless. Keep in mind that seamless has its limitations. Seamless looks great over when you're zoomed into a large area, but once you zoom out, you're still going to see the seams because you're going to see a pattern go. So it's helpful when that doesn't happen. It looks like I'm being boarded. I don't have the airlock sound with me at the moment, so airlock is open. Come on aboard. Welcome to Kahuna Help, my friends. We are talking. Let's see, we've got DM Stretches here. Daz is here. I'm sure Sable will be along shortly. Let's see. Who else is coming? Come on. Come on, gang. Come on aboard. I'm answering a question right now. Siobhan is looking for an Oak Grove overlay for their stream. And I'm going to show them a quick and easy way to create an overlay that will work. And I'll put it live here on my stream here so that you guys can see what it looks like. I'm just waiting for my image editing software to finish loading, because at the same time that I'm doing this, I'm rendering video, because it started some 2 hours ago and it's still rendering. Yeah, that was poor planning on my part. We're waiting for that to load up. I got to make sure that I actually have a screen for it. Affinity. Ah, yes, we are. It has not finished loading up yet. By the way, folks, a reminder, we do have 2 new challenges. The first challenge is the Writing Sprints Challenge. Dog is helping you type on the phone. How long is the video you're rendering to take that long? This one is about 17 minutes. Right in that neighborhood, 16, 17 minutes. It's been working for 2.5 hours. It's about, well, it said it was 80% done, so yeah, you're already boarded. Welcome. No boarding passes required. Where was I? Oh yeah, challenges. So the first challenge is our writing sprint challenge. If we hit 35,000 in writing in the Kahuna Crowns, I will add writing sprints to every Kahuna Quiet stream. They will be non-stop. 15 minutes on, 5 minutes off, going all day long. Just jump in. If you guys want prompts, I might be able to work something out to do that as well. So that could be fun. So, you know, what's the new prompt? Here it is. Go. And then, of course, is the big Mrs. Kahuna's Pie challenge, in which if we hit 400,000 crowns donated by December 25th, live on stream, Mrs. Kahuna will take an empty pie shell, fill it with whipped cream, and hit me in the face with it during one of the Kahuna happy hours. And I'm sure you all want to see that. That was actually voted on. See, there they are. We're now at 23,000 for the writing sprints, so we are quite a ways there. When we hit 35,000, I add it. Siobhan took the stream tours. Yeah, Daz, that's kind of your gig, isn't it? Stream tours? Well, it looks like my app is finally loading. I've got to make sure that you guys can see it on screen. So let me move it to where you guys can see it. Well, okay. No, that's not it. There we go. All right, let me just make a quick adjustment here so you guys can see it. I did some tweaking this afternoon and Affinity photo. Huh. Oh, there it is. All right. We're done. Let's see. Yes, I would. I'm a bad Anvilite. I have not even looked at Game of Tomes yet. But yes, I would be willing to track word counts for Game of Tomes. I will be more than willing to track word counts in the sprints. It seems to me entirely too easy for me to do. So I couldn't possibly say no. Let's try to get things into a place where you can see it. You can see how slow I've dragged my computer down to now. There we go. All right, so I downloaded the image for Siobhan. And again, what I'm working here is an overlay for an oak grove. And Siobhan, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not pretending this is going to be yours. If you want me to send you a file, I can do that. I think you could probably find something that you would enjoy better. But let me show you how to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up the file that I downloaded, and I had called this Oak Grove. And let me clear my my drawing tablet here so I have a way to work on it a little easier. And find my stylus. What do I do with my stylus? There it is. All right. So, yeah, send me all the info. I'd be glad to do it. I've just been with Synergasia and doing video and do all that stuff. I have just not caught up. And of course, you know, life on occasion. Let's see. So we called it Oak Grove. So let me scroll down here. Find that image. And open it up. Oh, went too far. All right, where are we at? Oak Grove. There we are. So, I downloaded this as a JPEG. Depending on your software, you may or may not need to do a conversion here. In Affinity, I have to change it to a rasterized image. In GIMP, you should be able to edit this right off the bat. Yeah, life can be a pain. Amen. So you have to have an image that you can edit. So again, like I said, I will load this up. And the first thing I'm going to do is do a rasterize. And that tells Affinity, yeah, go ahead, you can edit this image. It's not that it's locked. It's that there's certain changes you can't make to it because it doesn't know how to, because you haven't configured it. So it's loading the document. I really need a better computer. My next set of goals is to, you know, hopefully build up my streams and voice acting stuff and, you know, different assorted things I can do for people such that I can save up for a computer. All right, so that's our image here. So the first thing I'm going to do, and actually it is a pixel image because it was a JPEG, so I can go ahead and work on it. I do need to unlock it. So I'm unlocking it. It's going really slowly. And once it's fully loaded in, I will make a duplicate of this. I always make a duplicate of the original image so that if anything goes completely south, I can still do something with it. So for example, if I have a duplicate of this image and I start erasing things and realize that was really a stupid way to do that, I can always go back to the beginning image. Oy. Yeah, it's going slow. There we go. So it's unlocked, and now I'm going to make a duplicate image. In GIMP, you can click, there's a button right below on the layers that you can click to just say make a duplicate. In Affinity, I actually have to right click and tell it to make a duplicate. And it will just simply toss another layer in that's exactly the same. So I'm going to work on that upper layer because it'll be easier. And I'm going to turn off the layer below it. And that, you won't see a change on the screen, but that allows me to see what it is that I'm doing. There are multiple ways to do what I'm about to do. You could just take an erase brush and wipe it out. I'm going to use a slightly quicker method to do most of it, and then we're going to go back in and edit it out. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my select tool and I'm going to do a freehand selection. And the area I want to make as the front of my overlay is going to be the area that sits right along in here. And you can see I'm on the waiting cursor because, again, I have a slow computer. Have pity. Have pity on the man with the slow computer. Yes, I've shopped for one. I know how much it will cost me. Unfortunately, I have a wedding, which I have to purchase a dress for my beautiful stepdaughter. All right, so I'll start here. And I'm just going to go up over here. And I'm going slowly because otherwise my pen will not catch up with me. And that's okay for right now because I am literally just doing a bit of a cutout. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go over. Come back up and close this area. So in a second here, you'll see that I'll get the little crawling ant kind of thing. And now you're having buffering issues. Yeah. Yeah. It's because I'm trying to do too much. So we've selected an area. And yeah, 59% frames skipped. I was afraid this was going to happen. I may have to abort this. Although the sound seems to be working fine, I hope. All right, so in case you can see it, and if not, I will upload this. This is one of the streams that will be recorded. But so now I've selected an area on the screen, and all I'm going to do is take my magic finger and hit the delete button. And what that should do is take out a whole section. Just like that. So now this area is going to be transparent. I could, if I wanted to, use it just like this. But we can get a little fancier. So the next tool I'm going to use is going to be my erase brush. Like I said, I could have erased that whole thing if I really wanted to, but that's a lot of work. So instead, I'm going to use my erase brush. And hopefully you're not buffering too badly now. Skip frames, 87%. Awesome! So my erase brush, and I'm going to use a decent size brush. If this ever catches up. It's what I use for this is I will use a brush that has a very soft edge, and in fact I will probably lower the hardness on it even further to make it softer. Why do I want to do that? Because I don't want there to be an obvious edge to what I've cut out. Okay, so if I go in and let me actually pick something even bigger than this. There we go. That's a nice size brush for what I'm doing. And I'm just going to go in and begin to erase things. I'm actually going to make that brush even bigger. Yeah, that's probably about right. And I'm just going to go up, and I'm going to cut it out along the branch of this tree. Just like that. And you can see right away that the edge there is a lot softer than what it started with. Okay. Boy, it's really having problems now. All right, I think I'm going to have to hold off on this one. So actually, I'm going to save this. And Siobhan, if you want to come into Kahuna Quiet tomorrow, when I'm not trying to do 7 million things with this at the same time, come into Kahuna Quiet tomorrow and let's finish this. Basically, what I'm going to do is first take the area just beneath these tree branches, delete that out. Let me save this. Delete the area under the tree branches, and then I'm going to use a technique to tell it that all these sky blue areas should become transparent, and that will be the next part. So let me save this off and end that, so we're not constantly buffering here. And I apologize for the buffering. And the computer. All right, let me save that. And let me close it. It's waiting. So hopefully we'll get a little bit better here. We are at 23% for the writing sprints. So, yeah. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm basically going to cut out that section of that image, make the sky areas transparent. You can do that. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm going to make the sky areas transparent, so you can see through it. Then you can put whatever you want behind it. It could be a separate image. It could be the full image of this, so you'll see the sky behind it. You'll see the road behind it. If you're going to do that, I would cut out the front part of it here so that you don't kind of duplicate it. It might look a little weird. It'll look doubled. And then once you've done that, put them in as layers on your stream, and you'll have it. It's not difficult. It sounds a little daunting, and if you have a computer that's running properly. Have I mentioned that I really not happy with how well my computer runs anymore? If I haven't, please let me know. So what other questions you guys have? I see there's quite a few of you in here. So how many? Let's turn something a little around a bit. How many of you actually are doing Game of Tomes? Because kind of want to know how many people are actually going to be invading my stream. If you're doing Game of Tomes, let me know. Mention it down there in the chat. Hopefully you can hear me, and it's not, because it just said it just skipped 96% of frames, so that's like an entire batch. It's still trying to close. Save. See, I have teenagers, so I'm used to waiting. Well, I have a teenager. The other two are out of the house. Yep. Still waiting. Well, we've lost a few. I kind of figured. I'm still here, however. So, I'm going to keep moving and I'm going to keep talking, so you know that I am still here. I don't want you to disappear thinking I have disappeared. I have not. I'm still here. Yeah. Important safety tip. You are. Excellent. Important safety tip. Don't try to render at the same time. So let me switch back to the other screen, which takes up a lot less resources. There we go. Ooh, look, I'm all glowy. All right, so we're back to this screen. This one's not nearly as intense. So for those of you who have managed to make it through the buffering, hopefully things are smoothing out now. There's a tip if you're streaming. Try to just stream. Unless you have a great computer. As a house leader, I kind of have to. Okay. So you are forced to stay here. So you are doing the Game of Tomes then, is what you're telling me. So I really have to look into it. Oh, there go the dogs. I believe the dogs have seen a squirrel. Is the issue. There's been a squirrel lounging on our front lawn most of the afternoon, and the dogs find it quite entertaining. The squirrel couldn't care less. By the way, we are at 67% on the writing sprints, so we're not far off. Oh, nectar of the gods. So, what other questions can I answer now that things, it seems like it's now starting to come back in line, streamline slowly? What other questions can I answer? If it's going to require me to fire up some software, we might have to skip it, or it might find another way to do it, or show you another way. But Siobhan, that's the basic of how I would start with an overlay for an oak grove. Come into Kahuna Quiet tomorrow morning. I will be more than happy to fire things up, because at that point I won't be rendering anymore. I hope. Yeah, it looks like it's slowly recovering. Yay. You are okay. Whoop. Bit of a lag on the chat there. Understandable. Hopefully it'll catch up. Oh, look, it's dropping frames again. You are okay. Like I said, I've been a bad Anvilite and I haven't even looked at Game of Tomes yet, so I'm going to go through. As I've said in other streams, I am not one that does well with sprints. I just don't do well with sprints. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't work for me. I usually end up just staring at a screen. When my brain wants to write, I write like a madman. And when my brain shuts off, it's not going anywhere. I need to just go do something else. So, word sprints are not great for me, but I do recognize that they are great for a lot of people. So I think Kahuna Quiet is a great place to put it, because you're not listening to me yammer on. You're doing your own thing, and I'll have some music in the background and fun sounds to alert you to start and stop. I've got the whole thing automated at this point, where I can double click one icon and everything goes. I don't have to do anything. It randomizes sounds. It puts up two different sets of messages. One is the clock. The other one tells you whether you're going, whether you're writing, or whether you're breaking. It was a fun 2 days making that all work out. So, hopefully we're there. Other stuff I have been working on is adding more stuff to YouTube. I love streaming. I really do. I have a great time. I have a great time chatting with you guys and helping people out and doing the reads and everything. So I would like to find a way to do this all the time. That means I need to expand who knows about me. So the first thing I'm going to do is a shameless plug. Please tell a friend. If you enjoy my streams, tell a friend. And I promise they're going to get better because I'm saving up. Oh, look, we're back down to 26 skip frames, and we're doing much better now. That's only a quarter of the frames. We should be doing much better, and you guys should be seeing a better screen. So, you know, if you like the streams, tell a friend. I hate asking people to subscribe because I know it costs money. I know because I'm subscribed to a number of channels, and I get messages from Twitch all the time and from Patreon. Between our other streams and yeah, Kahuna Quiet it's a great place, and I'm not talking. I am not. I can't. This is Kahuna's teaching. I can't. So Monday through Friday, there I am. But yeah, like I was saying, it's one of the things I'd like to do. I hate asking people to subscribe because I know it costs money. If you can, great. If you can't, welcome. That's all there is to it. I'm happy you guys are here, and I'm happy that I can help you, or I'm happy that I can read your stories. I'm happy that I can provide a service to you guys. If you can't subscribe, that's okay. Then all I would ask from you is tell somebody about it. You know people who like to write? Tell them that pretty soon here we're going to have writing sprints on Kahuna Quiet. Every day. Monday through Friday. You know people on World Anvil who you think, man, they really should have their stuff read. Tell them about Kahuna Reads. They can join the Discord. They can get in there and do, you know, all the stuff. In fact, let me make sure I post my Discord channel in here, because I haven't seen the bot do anything today. Being lazy. Actually, I know why. We haven't had a whole lot of chat because things are going slow. Oh yay, we're not dropping anymore, so you guys should be seeing me streaming smooth now. We're not going to start anything crazy. I'm just going to answer questions as best I can. So on top of just the streams, I have been starting to chop down the Kahuna Reads into clips that you can see on YouTube, adding some sound to them, adding titles at the beginning and end, and I have to put one at the end because I need to be able to give credits to the people who did the music. I've been using, there's one guy I use a lot, Kevin MacLeod. You can find him on filmmusic.io. There are literally thousands of pieces of music there that are royalty free, and all you have to do is give him some credit. So I do, and I've been using his stuff for at least 10 years. It's great stuff. He's an awesome musician, and it's great. Bob just got here. He missed all of the shenanigans. All of the messy stream not working things Bob missed. Your timing, sir, is once again impeccable. Bob seems to miss all the weird stuff. Perfect timing. And oh, Bob has contributed quite a bit to the streams. So we are now at 72% for writing sprints. And he's also added to the Mrs. Kahuna Pie Challenge. Let's see where we're at here. Drum roll, please. Still going. Still going. And now I have to click on a different screen. Oh, no, there we go. So we are still at 4% for Mrs. Kahuna's Pie, because that's because it's huge. And we're at 72% now for writing sprints. So we keep this up, it's going to be fine. We keep this up, it's going to be probably starting to do writing sprints on Monday. Unless we hit it this stream. If we hit it this stream, I'll start it tomorrow. You're lucky that way. Yes, you are, sir. Yes, you are. So yeah, so I'm trying to get more stuff on YouTube and just kind of get my name out there. If you don't mind subscribing to me on YouTube, the content will be similar, but there will be some stuff on YouTube that you will not find on Twitch. You know, I have to have something for each channel. I'm on Facebook too. Just look for Kahuna the Elder on Facebook. I am the guy. And the streams are there. And I'll be starting to put more content up there that is unique, so that everybody has a reason to be coming around. Got about 8 more streams of max contributions before I have to start working my way back. Oh, man. Now, see, I'm looking at yours, and it says it allowed you 6,000. How? I thought it was 2,000 per stream that was max. What are you doing, you sneaky? You sneaky. You hiding behind something. So yeah, so I'm that's something I've been working on for, you know, the last couple weeks, getting that going, because, you know, Mrs. Kahuna wants the bills paid. So, you know, are you Kahuna the Elder on YouTube? I am. Now, I don't have enough subscribers yet to have my own named channel, so you do have to search for Kahuna the Elder. But if you search for Kahuna the Elder, you will find my channel. I'm the only one there as far as I know. And bang, you're there. And all of these streams are archived on YouTube. So even if they go away from Twitch, because Twitch takes them off after a certain amount of time, and I think it's 30 days on Twitch, they are all on YouTube. So if there was something you saw, something you remember, whatever, you can always go back there. And again, I'm taking a lot of those and editing them down so that I can make it. That's cumulative. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. 2,000 per stream, but it shows your total contribution. Okay. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Got almost 40,000 into my last one. Oof. Dude. Yes, I'm from California. Everything is dude. There's an old routine. Rob Schneider used to be on SNL, does a lot of the Adam Sandler movies. Rob Schneider did a routine about the word dude when he used to do stand-up. And it's basically along the lines of, when you're from California, everything is dude. That guy over there, he's dude. That girl over there, she's dude. The dog, dude. And it's kind of like aloha. It means pretty much anything. So you can say hi, dude. You can say, ask if somebody's okay, dude. You can tell somebody that they're really messed up, dude. Or you can ask if someone is in your closet as an axe murderer, dude. Thank you, Bob. I have another subscriber. Woo! I think I'm up to 7 or 8 now. So YouTube's a lot slower growth than Twitch is. But, you know, one of the things that we started the Andalite Streamers Corps for was to help each other grow. And I think we did a great job with a lot of folks. We got a lot of folks up to 100 subscribers. I think we're going to have people continue to grow. I've seen some great streams come out of it. Great content. I'm kind of looking, how do I move to the next level? Because at this point, this is something I feel I do okay with. And like I said, I have just such a great time with you guys and doing this stuff that I want to see where I can take it. So, and of course, my voice acting. There will be soon, I'm hoping, if I get the time and the quiet, a demo reel of me doing voices. And at last count, I've got about 45 voices that I can do, because every time I add one to the list. I think of 3 more that I can do. One that I had forgotten forever was Rod Serling from The Twilight Zone. I was doing that when I was a teenager. Submitted for your approval. A man sitting in front of a microphone with no idea why there are flames behind him. He has stepped into the Kahuna Zone. So, what counts on YouTube is actual viewing, and just starting a video doesn't count. Yeah, no, I know. And that's just it. But with YouTube, you start with subscribers who see when a video is released. And then there's a trickle down. So you have this many subscribers, this many start watching a video, this many actually finish watching the video, and that's what they're looking for. Well, like most of these things, they're a numbers game. You need the subscribers. But as most of the bigger streamers that I have followed and who I've listened to will tell you, you can't sit there and you can't make the content just to create subscribers. Can I do Humphrey Bogart? Well, let's see. No, that's Edward G. Robinson. You know what? I'd have to listen to Humphrey Bogart again. I can. I know that I can. I haven't in a long time, and that's why it doesn't come right to mind. But yes, I can do Humphrey Bogart. I almost went in with Edward G. Robinson, see? He's always playing the gangster, see? Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Okay, Raggy. And Shaggy is, well, if you know your Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, you know that Shaggy was actually played by Casey Kasem. That was Casey Kasem. So Casey Kasem with a really screwed up voice is kind of like Shaggy. Oh, come on, Scoobs. If you can, I'm going to write up an article regarding the missing prompt for, but I'll write Ella. 1940s detective film noir. Okay, I could do a bogey. There's some fun detective ones you can do that with. She walked into the room, packed into those jeans like 2 scoops of ice cream. That's actually from a Woody Allen script. Packed into her jeans like 2 scoops of ice cream. Yes, I can do Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Scooby is another one that I started very early with. Shaggy is basically, like I said, you fall into kind of a Casey Kasem, because that's who did it, and then you just let your voice crack. That's Shaggy. So I'm going to actually start putting up, I'm going to put up a rate sheet for voice acting. It'll depend on what people want. Straight up, just flat reads, just a raw voice read of it. Be very cheap. But I will do up to sound effects, music, and of course the price starts to go up because you got to license stuff. I will even do video, some video. So it's something that it's a weird thing. And yes, Kahuna Help is going into a philosophy of life at the moment. We'll return to your regularly scheduled technical programming in a moment. They always tell you, Columbo. Let's see if I can do a Columbo here. One more thing. Ironside. Hey, Aegon, welcome. Are you guys going on tonight, Aegon? Let me know. Ironside. Raymond Burr. I would have to listen to Raymond Burr again. I haven't heard Raymond Burr in a long, long time. But apparently, yeah. Well, I could watch a lot of old Perry Masons for Raymond Burr. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of episodes out there for me to watch of Raymond Burr, so I could probably work with Raymond Burr. Yul Brynner. Yul Brenner. I speak like this. No, Yul Brenner is not. I'd have to, again, another one I'd have to listen to. Yes, I can do it. It's not a difficult accent. So let it be written. So let it be done. That's him in King and I. So let it be written. No, that's him in Ten Commandments. So let it be written. So let it be done. Written. Let it be done. Yeah, his is it's a weird accent. It's a weird one. It's not quite Russian. It's not quite Middle Eastern. It's right in there. I can do them though. Again, a lot of these I have to listen to, and then I pick up the nuances that that need to be changed. The one disappointing thing I had with this last Kahuna Reads is, to me, everything sounded very similar, and I was not happy with that. So I critique myself in the car. I listen in the car, and of course I tried doing a little bit of Morgan Freeman, and in the car I nailed it for about 5 minutes. Used to get Perry Mason reruns twice a day until I switched off cable a couple of weeks ago and went streaming only. They're online. I'm not sure. There's got to be a streaming service that's got it. There's got to be. Sadly, you're canceled at the last minute because GM find out they might be losing their job. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Please tell him good luck. I know what that's like. I mean, I have not worked at my job since March. I'm a Lyft driver. I have not been able to work. It's just not possible. You know, they just started loosening things in the county I live in, and I have a feeling that within 3 weeks they're going to tighten them back up again, because the numbers are going back up. And sure, of course they are, because they loosen things. So, you know, but other side of the coin, it's allowed me to start doing this kind of stuff. And I'm not looking to get rich on this. I don't pretend that I'm going to have 1 million subscribers. It'd be great, but I don't pretend I'm going to have 1 million subscribers or even 10,000 subscribers. If I got to 500 subscribers, I'd be pretty happy. If I got to 500 YouTube subscribers, I'd be pretty happy. And if I got some voice work, I'd be happy. Just to pay the bills. I wasn't making tons of money at Lyft. I was making enough to pay the bills. If I could duplicate that with all this other stuff, I would really be a happy camper, because this is something I love to do. It really is. Sometimes it's listening to myself talk. But even Mrs. Kahuna has gotten into the act. She's been having fun with the streams. This last one, you know, she thought she couldn't go 2 hours, and she went 2 hours without even thinking about it. It went fast. So we're having fun. Let's see, where are we at here? I got about, looks like about 45 minutes, say 40 minutes now. What else are you guys interested in? What are you guys working on? I asked it before, but we were having some stream problems, so I'm going to ask it again because we have more viewers again. Who is doing Game of Tomes? Let me know. Game of Tomes. Put it in the chat. I know Siobhan is. Obviously, Sable is. I think Erin is. She lives in Florida. So any hope of saving her job by the state saving lives is slim to none. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Aegon. Wait a minute, you need to be playing Minecraft. I don't know if I've told the story before, but I can only play Minecraft for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time, sometimes an hour, depending on whether the lights are on. How does that work? I get motion sickness. If the lights are on and I'm not looking at just the screen, and I keep hitting my microphone, and I'm not looking at just the screen, because there's stuff around it, I can last longer. But at some point, I will get motion sickness playing Minecraft. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but there's kids who are, they've got 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers. They're making bank. I don't know. I think there's a niche for what all of the ASC streamers do. I think there's a niche. I think there's the world building writing niche. You are Minor Sauropoda there. Minor House Sauropoda. Okay. Minor House Sauropoda. Okay. So Bob's there. Yeah, I think all the ASC streamers are doing some really great stuff. I think what I'd like to see us do more often is probably DM Stretch. Welcome back. Are you doing Game of Tomes? Let me know. I think what I'd like to see a lot of the streamers do is start doing the collaborative streams, where there's 2 of you on the stream and you pick a topic to do a stream on and do it. If somebody needs a host for that, I'd be happy to host it. Bob and I did it when we did the announcement of regions for Synergasia, and it worked great. So let's see. Bob is house, or I'm sorry, he says DM Stretch's House Varangia, or Varangia. Then there's Head of House Lapin, the Mother of Bunnies. Excellent. You see, here is one main reason that I can't get myself totally into Game of Tomes. I can't. I would spend way too much time just making up house stuff. But I will support you guys. I will track your... If you guys get me over 35,000, I will start tracking the writing sprints and how much you did. There will be a lot. In fact, I will figure out how to post your stuff live on the screen as I go. I will figure out how to do that. I will make the changes happen live, so that as you tell me, I can type it in somewhere and they update. I don't think I can make it a leaderboard, although I might, but you will be able to see it live. MC is nowhere near that popular on YouTube anymore. Is there an old school MC? Oh, Minecraft YouTube. You're not getting 1 million views. Yeah, probably true. However, if you still are relatively popular, let's say you're getting 100,000 views and you're doing it 3 times a week, the ad revenue alone from YouTube is probably going to get you, let's say all you get is a penny per ad. Let's do some quick math. If you get 100,000 views and only 1 ad at a penny, that's 1,000 per stream. That doesn't suck. Siobhan is head of House Chiroptera, Mistress of the Night. Ooh. Mistress of the Night. Of course, see, I hear Mistress of the Night, and what I hear immediately is Elvira. Those of you outside of the country may not know who Elvira is. Actually, she was Mistress of the Dark, not of the Night. So, you're cool. You're cool. YouTube, I have almost 3,000 subs. I'm a partner, and I made more in 1 month on Twitch than I have in 10 years on YouTube. Wow. Completely demonetizing your channel so you can stop annoying viewers with chump change. Yeah, you know, here's, like I said, my thing is I'm not going to do anything to try to generate money. I'm going to do what I think I do okay at. Heck, I think I do it fairly well. I'm just going to be me and talk to you guys. And talk to you guys about the stuff you want to talk about. And, you know, provide a place to be. If people like it and they want to contribute to it, that's okay by me. If they just want to hang out, that's okay too. Still gets 50,000 views within 20 minutes of posting a video. There you go. The numbers I was doing before, let's say it's like I said, let's say that he gets a penny for every stream. It's $500 a stream. $300 a week, or 303 streams a week. It's $1,500. Hermitcraft Crew now has 8 people over 1 million viewers. Wow. Ad ravine is crap unless you're a premium partner. Oh, ad revenue. Ad revenue is paid per view. Paid per 1,000 views if you have a good contract. Different Elvira, but okay, I'm with you. That's the papa mao mao. Yeah. Isn't paid. Wait. Isn't paid per view. Yeah. It does date us, but hey, who cares? I can't go quite as low as he does. Mao Mao. I can't. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my thing is there are a number of venues that I can be part of, and I want to be at them all, and I want to provide stuff that people want. I'm still looking at writing and creating my own world and creating RPG adventures in that world and creating, you know, things that people want. I've still got work going on for a gaming system. Still waiting to hit the 100 marks of Twitch campaign. YouTube added a tank at the beginning of the year because of child privacy changes they had to make. Yeah, I get it. You know, I stopped. When I looked at it, it said, well, are you making this for kids? I'm like, well, kids can watch it. And then I realized that's not what they're asking. What they're asking is this made for kids? No. My stuff is not made for kids. I generally don't curse. During happy hour, Mrs. Kahuna might. I might occasionally. Not that I think it's a big deal. It just, you know, it makes me more accessible. Hermitcraft is huge because they're all original. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a weirdness. I don't think any of the people who have made it big started off with that intent. I don't believe there is a formula for it, other than providing something somebody wants. A lot of kids want to watch other people game. Maybe they're picking up tricks. Maybe they're just bored. Heck, my kid has watched YouTube videos of people, you know, doing a playthrough of a game. Okay. Don't get me wrong, YouTube's still worth doing, especially for writers. We have low channel subs compared to some. We also build connections that way. Yeah, and I think, you know, that's what in the end I want to do, is make connections. Not necessarily to other people doing the same thing, just to people. The variety of people that we get on these streams is amazing. My God, it's amazing. I wish we could get more people involved with it. I would love for there to be a time where I'm having to really stretch to keep up with the chat. It ain't that tough right now. Oh, look! Synergasia is being mentioned. By the way, thank you to all of you who have been contributing on Synergasia. And even if you're not contributing, go and check out some of the stuff that's going on over there, because there's some great work being done. I think I'm going to have to start featuring some of it on some streams, because it's some great stuff. Some people watch game streams to decide if they want to buy the game or not. Another good concept. My kid is not that. My kid watched playthroughs of the same game by 17 different people. And then never bought the game. Except PewDiePie, he literally moved to get a better algorithm for his vid. Yeah, and where is he now? You know, he was working so hard to try to make the algorithm work for him that he went way over the top, and you know, and that's happening to streamers. I'm not looking to pick up that kind of an audience. Never thought anyone would want to watch me write, but apparently they do, and weirdly, I like watching other people write too, because then it starts to feel that I'm writing with friends. Yeah, exactly. That's the community kind of aspect of it. Yeah, one bad joke, he dropped tons of viewers, and the fact of the matter is he's gotten in trouble more than once. And, you know, and there's been a lot of Twitch streamers recently who have been dropped because of their content. You're never going to see that kind of content from me because that's not who I am. I used to do, and I'm talking 10 years ago, a live, once a week, hour-long thing where we talk politics. And I'd get 5 people to watch it. And I'd vent. You know what? Nobody wants to see that anymore. Or if they do, they have their favorites and they're not ready to do it for that. Awesome. Sable, I will start featuring Synergasia on stream because it's amazing that this is all happening on one world. And there are people doing CSS stuff, you know, where one of the things we did in the last week was we actually brought the Rust theme into Synergasia. That took some work. But Synergasia itself, the base world, is still its own theme, and we were able to lay the Rust theme on top of it so that we have a region that uses the Rust theme. Yeah, he is. I will honestly say I've never watched one of his videos and probably never will. But they're not made for me. He knows who his audience is, and that's who he makes them for. Yay. Good for him. Yeah, there may be... I'll retract what I said. There maybe is a formula. But I think that formula is not something that is scalable to everybody. I don't think if I followed his formula that it would work. Yeah, well, bad press is press until... yeah, it'll grow his audience until he ticks off the wrong people. And then it won't. And then he'll get chased. Maybe he won't. Maybe he's matured. Maybe he's figured out how to do stuff without crossing the line. A lot of folks, you know, gosh, I remember, and I'm going to date myself here, guys like Andrew Dice Clay. Andrew Dice Clay was huge in the 80s. Huge. Even got a movie deal. But there was only so much of that brand of stuff that people would take. He tries doing some of that stuff now, and people just shake their head. They don't want to see it. Everything has an expiration date. I spent a lot of years in marketing. Everything has an expiration date. The smart ones renew themselves, reinvent themselves. You want to stick with the same thing, eventually, it's just going to get old. Son loves him. I can't stand him. There you go. You know, it's just the brand of humor. That's hard to get attention to questions you're having. Yep. Yeah, Sable, I'm totally with you there. If you I think if you go straight to the algorithm, you might adjust, but then you almost become a slave of the algorithm. You know, you're not looking for, hey, this is, yeah, well, let me couch that a little bit. If all you're looking for is the bucks, stick with the algorithm. If what you're looking is to be happy, I think eventually it's going to get old on you. Oh, Dice Clay, yeah, he wasn't that good, but he was sufficiently outrageous. Yes, for a time. And then it got old. I liked Dice Clay initially, and then it got old. Hello, doggo. Doggo is playing the screen. You can almost see under the screen. Yep, that's her. This is one's from Jingle Punks. It's like an alternative to Pretzel Rocks. I haven't tried Pretzel Rocks. I don't know what the selection is. Jingle Punks gives me enough stuff. And the funny thing is the more I use it, the more stuff it gives me because it keeps track of what I've recently played. And so it just kind of rotates through. So I'll play like a channel, and then it'll pick up stuff from that channel, and then I'll hear that, and it'll be in my recently played, and it'll be in the cycle for a while. Yeah, it's kind of a... yeah, it's bagpipes and drum. I was going to say fife and drum, but no, it's not fife. It's bagpipe. Yeah, so if you like my streams, all I ask is tell somebody. Invite somebody to come and watch it. You know? Slave of the algorithm. Yes, well, but I'll pass, thanks. Yeah. I do this stuff because I actually feel free doing it. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm 55 years old, and it took me until I was 55 to actually be doing something I want to do. Not totally true. I used to do a lot of theater. I love doing it. Couldn't earn a living doing it. This is my new version of theater. And am I making a living now? Or no? But is it possible? Sure. I keep at it. I keep working at it. And if people, I keep delivering things to people that they like, and I hope you do. The fact that you guys keep coming back, the fact that you stay during my stream, tells me at least somebody likes what I'm doing. So tell friends. I've noticed also, and I think it's Twitch, is allowing streamers to organize watch parties, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that and what I'm going to do with that. We may do some watch parties, and maybe the watch party is just somebody else's stream. People think, hey, with the internet I can reach the world. Yeah. Absolutely, Bob. And Sable, yep, I'm in agreement too. Yeah, you have to connect. You have to connect. I very much feel like I'm talking to one person. I know there's 8 of you out there, and I'm talking to each one of you individually, and at the same time talking to all of you. But I want you to feel that I'm talking to you. I want you to feel that this is a communication between you and I. Because it's what it is. It's what I want it to be. I love seeing the chat move. I love seeing questions. I love seeing that, all that stuff, because that's a communication. And I think if you're a streamer, that's something you need to keep in mind. Make it a communication between you and the viewer. I don't care if you're gaming. If you're gaming and people are watching you, it isn't the game. Because there's hundreds of streams of the same game. Thousands in some cases. They're watching because of you. So make the connection to them. Talk to them. Just like I talk to you. Yeah, I started with World Amble back in December. I didn't do anything major with it till probably March. And I didn't start streaming until July. And if it wasn't for the Ambilight Streaming Corps, I wouldn't have hit 100 subs. And I'm glad to help anybody to get there. If you have a stream, I can't promise to watch every stream because I'm doing all this stuff. Plus, I have a life beyond the screens. But I'll pop in and subscribe to your stream. Just let me know. There's actually watch parties for Amazon Prime content on your channel. Yeah, it's, you know, everybody, we built each other up a lot during July, during summer camp. Now we need to go the next step, which is continue. And to take our familiarity with other streamers to where we're telling other people about it. I'm coming up with a plan to do that, not just for myself, but a way to get other people to see those streams. For example, I have some folks that follow me on Facebook. I have some YouTube followers. I have some Twitch followers. And I have some Twitter followers. Why don't I promote others on there? And I have to come up with a way to do those things that doesn't take me all day to do it and not be able to do anything else. With a 90% of the time, unless people are in the stream to talk to, lose energy faster when there's no one there to talk to. Aegon, I totally get that. Totally. So here's my trick. A little red dot right here. You can see it's glowing on my finger. A little red dot. That's my audience every time. I don't care if there's no one there. I'll talk about something out of the blue. And I talk. And I talk. And people will look at me like I'm strange. But I talk. The hardest stream I have every day is Kahuna Quiet. Because I don't get to talk. I can chat. But that's where you kind of lose. To me, that's when I lose steam, is when I can't talk. What else for me? For summer camp. Actually, Siobhan, I will get to your stream at some point. No question. If I have to sit in bed and fire it up. Hockey season's over for me now, so I have extra time. Yeah, because of Aaron and Sable, but didn't really start working on stuff until halfway through summer camp. Yeah, I mean, it was a great place for us to start. I see no reason why we can't continue that beyond. World Anvil is where we are doing a lot of our writing. That is an awesome thing. How we're going to get people to read what we're writing, see what we're doing, is outside of World Anvil, and promotes World Anvil at the same time, which I am a huge believer in. The stuff that you get for free is amazing. The stuff you get when you pay a little bit is ridiculous. I don't know any place else. I don't know any place. And it's constantly being updated with new stuff that is awesome. You think I like World Anvil? I do. How we promote World Anvil the best is for us to go out there and become known ourselves. So we can talk about World Anvil. We could talk about Synergasia. We could talk about Weird West. We can talk about everybody's different piece of the world and make it a community outside of just the World Anvil confines. Remember my first stream day after E-Songs, we were discussing who was going to go on first. Someone else's stream. E-Songs was able to get set up quicker. Someone take it. To me, the best moment of summer camp of the streams was Esong hitting 100 subs. And I know she clipped it. It was the most delightful moment ever. It was just so awesome when she hit it, because she was just so excited, so happy, just squeeing the whole way. So that was a favorite moment for me. Yeah, the first stream, like I said, for me, the first stream wasn't as momentous in that I've been doing this for, some form of podcasting or something for years. But this was the first time I did it with all this stuff, so it was more a technology thing for me. Many of us are still finding our styles, which will take some time. But thanks. Be you. I think anybody who knows me in person will tell you that what you are seeing on screen is me. It's me. I tell dumb dad jokes at the dinner table. I do voices when we play Cards Against Humanity. It's me. Be you. I actually showed some memory stuff to another streamer and she joined it. See, that's how it works. Updates are like, wouldn't this be cool for the community? Not, is this some way commercial? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's always about, how does this make things easier, better, prettier, faster, smoother? How do we make things better for everybody? And that's awesome. And Bobby, I didn't see that live. Yeah, it was absolutely hysterical. A great moment. Streaming after I made her know live. Yeah, Esong had the best reaction. It was just absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And that's what this is about for me. Is those moments, trying to help people get there. No, I'm sorry. I meant 50 followers. You're right. Yeah, it was 50 followers, not 100 subs. 50 followers. I'm not at 100 subs. I don't know. I don't know if any of the ASCers are at 100 subs yet. Maybe Sable, but Sable's been doing this longer. 50 followers. The 33rd prompt I missed. Not sure if I saw the 33rd prompt or not. I cranked. I did 4 prompts in 2 days. In the last 2 days, just to finish it up. But I did finish like the night before, so I was good. Hey, that's an idea, by the way. Since we're getting close, we haven't hit it yet. We are at 25,000 Kahuna crowns for the writing sprints. So we need 10,000 more. If we hit the writing sprints and I add those, do you guys want prompts? And how often would you want prompts? Like, would you want them for every sprint? Or is it a prompt a day? How would you like that? Because I can set that up to where it automatically pops. I just need to know. So let me know. I also need to WD-40 this chair. I was recording something last night, a vocal thing, last night, and I was emoting, and that's what happened. I got everything else quieted down, not that. So, but yeah, let me know. Would you want prompts in a writing? Okay, I'll watch it. I didn't get to see it. I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah, but would you guys want prompts in writing sprints? For writing sprints, I should say. Because then we get into the whole, what kind of prompts do you want? I would probably start with stuff that was World Anvil. I don't want to say related, but World Anvil. adjacent. That was the word I was looking for. Oh, Aegon has contributed, and now we're at 27,000, 78%. We only need 8,000 Kahuna crowns to make it to the sprints. Okay, that's a fair thing, Bob. Again, I don't do writing sprints, so it's kind of foreign territory for me. So I want to make something that you guys want. I want to make something that you guys can use. Okay, I want to make it useful to you. Yes, it'll have the Kahuna twist to it, but I want to make it useful for you guys. So when you guys tell me what you like, I'm going to do what I can to make it happen. Yeah, Sable, I'm with you. They don't work for me. But a lot of people, when I ask what should we add, they're like, sprints. Okay, sprints it is. And you know, during quiet, it's quiet. Now, see, funny because now this stream is saying, well, I don't know about sprints. Interesting. So from stream to stream, it varies as well. Style? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by style. Not sure what you mean by style. Yeah, look. I want you guys to benefit from watching me. And if that means I create a tool, or I show you how to do something, or I provide writing sprints, an easy way to jump into a writing sprint. That's what I want to do. I just need to know from you guys what it is. I'm malleable that way. I don't pretend I'm going to be all things to everyone. That's a fool's errand. But I can help you guys out with stuff that I can do. So, you know, hopefully we can do that. Siobhan, just let me know what you meant by style. What are we at? 7 minutes left, so I got a few minutes left. You can have prompts. Those who need them could use them, while those who don't need them could ignore them. Yeah, they're just going to be on screen. The only thing you're going to hear is some sound, some kind of sound for the start, some kind of start for the finish. Simple sprints in November and December are fine. You already have writing targets, hopefully. Well, prompts doesn't give me focus and works well for writing TTRPG content. Cool. So, all right. What's the best thing to use to plan for Nano? Or something else? I have failed at Nano every time I've tried it. Yeah. So I'm going to defer to people like Sable, who I know is good at this part of it. And maybe, Sable, if you're up for it, one of these days, in the not too distant future, you and I can do a stream together, and maybe we'll do a Kahuna Help if you're up for it, and we can answer some of those more writery questions. I know you've had writers on, but I think we might be able to benefit from being able to chat back and forth about writing. You're saying the prompts will be rolled down, but you were stuck for a word break in with the adjacent. Okay, now I understand. It's all about your process. Yeah. Prompts not so much. Okay. Prompts could help some people and would benefit others, so what? Well, then maybe I'll pick a day. One day out of the week will be a prompt day, at least for now. Actually, Bob, here's an idea. I can post Synergasia prompts as a prompt every week. I'll start with the older ones. You know what I mean? So I'll start with older prompts, but they're for anybody because, yes, it helps in Synergasia, but it can help anybody in writing. So what I'll do is I'll take a Synergasia prompt, put it up there, and go from there. And I'll do it one day a week. I'll put the prompt up. Maybe I'll even just do it on a Monday. I'll put the prompt up on Monday, and off you go. Do it or don't. It's up to you. Yeah, I think it'd be fun, and I want to do that with more streamers. I think that's one way that we can really start expanding, because you and I share a lot of viewers, and I would say more likely I share viewers with you, and you have lots that don't necessarily come to my stream, and that's fine. That's the way it is because they know you. That's not a problem. But there are some that come to my stream that don't necessarily go to your stream, or so on and so forth. And I think if we start doing things where people get to see other streamers and what other people are talking about, it gives us an opportunity to expand our audiences. Bob says, sure, so all right, that happens Monday. Starting Monday, if we get the sprints there, we're 8,000 Kahuna ground short. I have a hunch Friday is when we'll know about it. I have a hunch the first ones will probably be Monday, because a few people will have racked up enough Kahuna crowns by Friday to do it. And Bob can hit me pretty much every day during the week. At 2,000, I only need 4 people putting in the max at this point. It's going to happen. So at the latest Monday, but maybe before that. But Monday, if we get the sprints up, I will put up a prompt during Kahuna Quiet. It'll just be right at the top. And, the prompt for this week is, off you go. You can write to the prompt. You can just use the writing sprint. Whatever you need. And we can go from there. I like that. I'm going to start being more specific as we, so we can develop them with both purposes in mind. Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, even if they're not necessarily specific, none of the prompts that you've written so far, Bob, would I go, oh, that doesn't work for anybody. They are all great world-building prompts. That's why you put them there, is to help people build their regions. They're great world-building prompts. I think that's something, and if I have to rotate through, sure, why not? Agree, I want to do more shared streaming appearances as well. You got it. All right, Sable, I'm going to work it out. I'm going to figure out how to do it. One of these days when I, am not trying to render a video at the same time as streaming. Note to self, don't do that again. I will hit you up and we will do that. So, well, gang, this has been a really fun stream. I hope you got something out of it. I know I did. I've learned a lot about different YouTube streamers that I have no intention of ever watching, but what they do. Friday or Sunday. Oh yeah, we'll hit it Friday or Sunday. We may hit it before that. You can do it by yourself by happy hour. So yeah, we'll hit it. Do it easy. Yeah, I figured that out, Bob. Bob's getting a little nervous there. Mrs. Kahuna's about to give me the hook here to go down and have dinner. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I got a lot of it out of it. I hope you guys got some stuff out of it. Siobhan, and then anyone else who wants to see me put together a basic overlay for Streamlabs, come on down to the Kahuna Quiet tomorrow morning, somewhere around 8 o'clock Pacific time, at 8:15, that neighborhood. I actually have to go take care of I have to have blood drawn tomorrow morning first thing, and I try to do it as early as possible because otherwise I get to be hangry, and we don't like Kahuna when he's hangry. They're good starting props, not so much for established worlds. You're right, but sometimes they think they have established worlds that haven't answered those questions. So Google Meet and Streamlabs has been working. Cool, we can do it that way. Yeah, Google Meet, I can do that. I can do I can do Zoom. I don't care. I can set it up however. Twitch, whatever. Yeah, the technical stuff, that's the easy part for me. That's easy. I can figure that part out. All right. Gang, again, thank you so much. If I was to ask you anything, it would be simply tell more folks about these streams. Not just mine, but all of the ASC streams. But tell them about it. Invite them. Create your own watch party. You know, tell a couple of people, hey, meet me in the chat for this stream and let's have some fun. Especially at happy hour. Happy hour is a good one. Sable, I'm glad you had fun. I hope everybody had fun. Next stream will be Friday. That is Kahuna Happy Hour. 2 hours. There will be alcohol involved. So be sure to prepare your adult beverages before you arrive, or your beverage of choice if you choose not to imbibe in the alcohol. I will see you on Friday. Mrs. Kahuna will see you on Friday. I'll be a little late, so I'm starting the stream by myself. And if not, I will see you on Kahuna Quiet tomorrow morning. And I hope you have a great evening and a great rest of your week. Who shall we raid? I think it's Harold's Table, if he's up.